It's all about Robert Pattinson. Batsuit hidden details revealed by the Batman statue. Now, John, this actual picture, this picture actually reminds me of. Do you remember in The Dark Knight? The Batman Begins, when Cillian Murphy's character was hallucinating, he saw that Batman figure.
One of the best scenes.
Strangling him.
Scarecrow was a little bitch and he deserved that hallucinatory moment. He was dishing it out the whole film.
Flying moment. It's flying.
Steve, you've seen the glowing eyes in the sky. Obviously, the insane asylum sort of people.
It's so funny.
You could see the glowing red eyes.
I always remember seeing that in the cinema for the first time, and I was killing myself laughing. It was just so funny. But
I love Cillian Murphy, man, but he deserved that.
Yeah.
And he got his own back at the end, nearly.
Yeah.
Death by exile.
That as well was good. There's so many good moments in that trilogy, isn't there? But a ridiculously detailed new statue depicting Robert Pattinson in the Batman affords the best look yet at the Cape Crusaders' new homemade Batsuit. Now,
where the hell are you here, man? I'm trying
that
to
was
find
just
it.
the headline.
Oh, was it?
Now, I'm going to just get down to the latest leak. This is just above the actual video, John, which we can't play.
Shit.
We can't play the video.
Robert Pattinson. He ain't got that much muscle mass. This guy was eating. Stephen, this guy was masterminding pasta bakes you could handle
it's almost
during the
like
pandemic.
He's built that suit out the tumbler. But
it's coming black.
Yeah.
Yes.
The latest leak related to
does.
the Batman, and specifically the Batsuit, isn't in fact an image or a piece of video, but rather a sculptured rendering created by Prime 1 Studio. The statue was inspired by promo art done by Jim Lee for last year's DC fandom, showing Batman all armoured up and posing on top of a gargoyle. Debuted as part of Prime 1 Studio's Next Level Showcase 2 event, the statue can be seen at around the 2 minute 12 second mark of the video in the space below. Now we are not going to click that, John, but you can go on to Screen Rant and find this article and you can watch that video.
I can imagine. I've got a good imagination. I'm sure the statue's absolutely intricate, this detail.
Indeed, the statue is an amazing piece of art, crafted with meticulous attention to every detail. The most interesting aspects of the new Batman suit, or the Batsuit, of course, includes the cowl. I think that's amazing, that bit around his neck.
See, I can't understand people that don't like this suit. I think the suit's brilliant.
John, which is made of leather and appears crudely stitched together, as it should.
Yes.
He's not fully developed as
is it
his
Lucius
character.
Fox that...
Yeah.
He's not there yet.
At Wayne Enterprises.
Yes.
In keeping with homemade aesthetic that appears to dominate it in Reeves' vision of Gotham. There's also the Batman insignia worked into the chest plate that appears to have been crafted from a gun, leading to speculation that Batman himself made the insignia out of the weapon used by Joe Chill to kill his parents. Something similar indeed happened in the comics. It has, of course, also been noted that the new Batsuit is heavily armoured compared to previous iterations of the costume, and that comes across strongly in the new Prime 1 Studio statue. Batman obviously can't go into battle without plenty of weapons, so the statue shows him sporting dart throwers on his gauntlets, as well as loads of equipment on his utility belt, and in the right hand he holds his trusty
grappling hook.
Yeah, John, there was an advert that just popped up as soon as I said that. You were talking about the look of the Riddler the other day there, John. I think it was Thursday show you were talking about that. And it's right. This is keeping in with Reeves' vision of his characters within Gotham, John. And Batman shouldn't be any different then, should he?
Steve, you've got to understand that this is a fresh take on the Batman story.
Is it year 2 or something?
Year 2, and you've got to understand that some of these villains may be in the infancy of their villainry, for lack of a better word, villainry. They are still in the formative stages as well, the likes of the Riddler. The Penguin may be established, but he doesn't look as though he's got the sort of Danny DeVito Penguin look, He's just suited and booted, mingling with Carmine Falcone, the sort of bosses of Gotham. They're in their infancy. We know Selina Kyle wasn't yet Catwoman in this movie. We know that Batman, as you did say, it's year 2. He's just getting used to being the sort of vigilante, if you like, of Gotham. What's going on with this mic? So, it goes without saying, I'm going off on a tangent here, that the Riddler should have his green suit. He should just be putting duct tape on his face and stuff like that. He's a different take. He's darker. As they did say, Stephen Ash says that during that show, he's more like Heath Ledger's Joker than Jim Carrey's Riddler. He knows the inner workings of Bruce Wayne, this version of Bruce Wayne. He knows he's mingling with Falcone, with Penguin, with Selina Kyle. We see them coming out of the chapel, I think it is, or the church, and a behind the scenes, or just a photograph of the actual set. He's questioning this guy's morality. He's going after him and he's asking him riddles. He's clearly going after him, period, because we've seen the actual first trailer. someone crashes a car, they try to kill a little boy or something, or something happens, they're going for him. So I'm looking forward to that take on the Riddle. I'm looking forward to the different takes on these characters. And I like the suit, Stephen. I like the fact there is hidden details in there. It was rumoured that gun on the chest was part of that Joe Chill comic run where they actually took the gun he used to kill his parents and incorporated it in the suit. And I spoke to you, Stephen, before we came on, and how I like that, because it's got almost poetic. That's fueling his vengeance. We know vengeance is a key word for this movie. The gun, every time he looks at his suit, he sees the gun that took his parents away from him.
Yeah.
That's fueling this guy's vengeance to go out and kill all of the bad guys. I love that. He looks down and it's part of him. It's that darkness within him. We know this is a different, darker take on Batman. He's fucking beats someone to a pulp in the trailer. He's carrying ammunition. And we know that Matt Reeves is basing it on the very first sort of run of Batman's story, and he kills people in that. It's not like the no-kill policy Batman we've seen. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I like the suit. I like the fact it's prototype and its design. I like the cowl. I like the glowing sort of eyes. They can glow, they can't glow at certain stages. Even the Batmobile, Stephen. Did you see the photograph on that show? The flames coming out the side. Everything is rugged and as though he's just put it together in one night, and I like that, man. I don't want it too clinical like fucking Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
it's this sort of art noir.
Everything's already made. It's ready to go. I like this, John. I think this is
Gothic.
This shows you that Reeves, I think he's already talked about a trilogy, hasn't he? He's already said that he's sort of aiming for a trilogy of these films.
Yeah.
And this is a good way to start it, and it's a good that I think over it, if it is 3 films, that we are going to see the development of the technology, the development of the suit.
Yeah.
Etc. You know, it's just we're starting at a very early stage in this character's sort of arc, which is very interesting.
There was a rumour, Stephen. Sorry to cut you off there. Okay. There was a rumour that the church scene changes him, and he actually changes his suit mid-movie. Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen. I like the suit. But there was a rumour, and I think the church scene, I don't know when it happened, Stephen, because of course some of this movie was shot in Glasgow, and I don't know, it goes by obviously the necropolis, so I'm wondering if that, I don't know if it interlinks, I don't know, but apparently something happens, it shakes him and he changes his suit mid-movie. I hope it doesn't.
Oh, they did that for Batman Begins, didn't they? He started off with that kind of thing that he couldn't move his head, and then he goes into the sort of military style suit, doesn't it? And that remains for the rest of the trilogy, but I don't mind that. I like the way the suit is in this, these photographs that have been released.
Do you think he'll kill Stephen? Do you think he'll kill anyone in this movie?
I hope so.
Because it looks as though he kills that guy, he punches, he beats him to a pulp.
Yeah.
So
I hope so, John.
If he kills in the first movie,
it's a different take on the character from what we've seen on film then, because he does have this no-kill policy. Although I don't think it was heavily emphasised in the Dark Knight trilogy, was it? It wasn't really something that they really
just
honed in on.
Batman Begins. I know you can't kill me. I don't have to kill you, but I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. That line. That was the only time they really focused on it. That wasn't.
Clearly, he didn't, because he snapped some legs, dropping people off buildings and stuff like that. But it just wasn't heavily emphasised as we got maybe with Ben Affleck's character. You know, where it was more highlighted. But I don't mind.
Stephen, was it the Batman Begins movie where he obviously interrogates the guy by dropping him and he's got a burrito or something like that, or is it a hot dog?
Falafel,
falafel, and he can't eat it. That fucking bound me. Someone that likes my food.
Yeah.
Let the guy eat it at the end, interrogate him.
I swear to God. Swear to me.
Swear to me. Yes, Christ. Stephen, that's another thing. Do you think he'll change his voice? Do you think he'll change his voice like
vengeance?
Christian vengeance.
There probably is something in there. I don't think they'll go that sort of tech way that they did with Ben Affleck's, which I thought was cool.
It was.
I did like that.
Tell me, do you bleed?
It was good. It was something different, you know. But they'll go somewhere in between, I think.
And the final question I'm going to ask you before we start fucking interrogating you here. Right. Do you think he will bring in the Joker at any point in this trilogy? Maybe the middle movie like The Dark Knight, and do you think it'll be William Dafoe? Or will it be Arthur Fleck, Joaquin Phoenix?
John, if they're going to do it, I'd prefer they leave it to the third film. Yeah. There's something about trilogies that peak too quick for me. The Dark Knight trilogy is certainly one of them as well. The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, the original trilogy. There's something about that. Yeah, the mid film, they can't seem to top the mid film with the third film. They could do it here if they did the Joker in the third film. Yeah, save him for the last film. Hint at him, you know, at the very end of the second film, just like they did with the Batman Begins. With the calling card, you know.
What was it? Ullman says at the end of it. He's one for the theatrics or something.
Yeah. just like you. Yeah, he's
fantastic.
Yeah,
turns around. He's gone.
such a teaser, and I would like to see that maybe in the middle film, not the first film at the end. I don't want to see that. I would rather we maybe get some villains we've not seen before.
Hope it's not Bane and Dave Bautista. He's hinting he wants to be Bane.
No,
sorry, Dave.
No, I don't want to go there again.
Who could they bring in? Stephen Poison Ivy? Fuck no, Mr. Freeze.
No.
Would kill the dinosaurs. He says it just doesn't work, doesn't it, in a series movie, the concept of Mr. Freeze?
Lots of DC villains in there that have not been on film yet, John, so there's plenty to choose from.
No, it's Superman, isn't it?
Well, it's still part of that universe, isn't it? But he is more suited to, obviously, Superman. But John, we'll move on to...